All right. All right. Welcome to the pregame analysis for Critical Hit and Run versus Hotel California in the 2025 Journey Gaming VGC Draft. We had an amazing season opener with Javi versus Shots Fired in the match between Earth, Wind, and Fire versus All American Rejects. All American Rejects managed to win that 2-1 with a very interesting round in the middle. Now, we're going to go through the teams real quick for the possible mons that they can bring. I'm going to give my own analysis of what I think they're going to bring. And just know that I have absolutely no idea what I'm talking about, and I've never even done well in any of these drafts. So we're going to start off with Team Critical Hit and Run. Three players on this team are Lamontis, Piplup Tommy, and Lurking Thursday. So start off, they picked a restricted mon of Terrapagos Terrastal. They then picked up an Intimidate mon and Incineroar, a Volt Absorb mon. This one doesn't have Volt Absorb. But it's got Prankster. Then we got Sizor, Mega Aerodactyl, Alcremie, Vivian, Urshifu Rapid Strike, Sinistra, Bastiodon, and Marowak. So, obviously, this team has multiple different things. They got Terrapagos Terrastal, Incineroar, with Intimidate to drop their teams so that Terrapagos can set up and deal out heavy damage with Terra Starstorm, along with Sizor and Mega Aerodactyl. You got Alcremie for support, Sinistra for support, Bastiodon for a body press mon, Marowak who can redirect electric type attacks for Mega Aerodactyl, and Vivian and Urshifu Rapid Strike. So that's going to be their mons. We'll go through Team Hotel California, and then I will construct a little what I think the teams will be. So for Team Hotel California, for the restricted mon, they got Koraidon. And then to pair well with it, they also grabbed Raging Bolt. They got Whimsicott for a Prankster Tailwind setter. And then we got Typhlosion Hisuian and Mega Houndoom to also take advantage of the sun from Koraidon. Blastoise to pair with Rhyperior with its Lightning Rod. A great Eviolite mod in Riolu. We got Trevenant who can do a bunch of things. And then X-Cloud for some spread moves, as well as Crobat. So overall, Hotel California I think has a more put together team. So I am expecting Hotel California to bring out the win in this one. Especially because if we look against Team Critical Hit, they have 3 Pokemon on their team that are weak to fire, and only 3 that resist it, being Incineroar, Aerodactyl, and Urshifu. So I do expect at least one of. I am expecting the Incineroar, possibly the Urshifu Rapid Strike as well. Obviously, Terapagos is their main man. The Sinistcha to pair with its ability, possibly Thunderous for Prankster Tailwind, and then Marowak for just another random mon to throw in there. Plus, it's got Lightning Rod. So Terapagos can pair with Incineroar because Terapagos, obviously with Terra Shell, takes less damage. Incineroar with Intimidate plus Parting Shot, as well as it gets Fake Out. Thunderous, Prankster, Tailwind for speed control to then pair with Urshifu, who has Unseen Fist, so you can't protect against it. Sinistcha for healing, and then Marowak just for some redirection of electric type attacks. Now, if we look at Hotel California, you'll notice they don't have much in terms of electric besides this Raging Bolt. So, obviously, Koraidon's going to be there, setting Sun for their other heavy hitters, along with dealing damage itself. Raging Bolt for Photosynthesis to activate, giving it a more than likely special attack boost. Whimsicott there again for Prankster Tailwind for some speed control. Typhlosion Hisuian for what I would believe would be Lava Plume and Eruption. Blastoise typically will run Assault Vest for Muddy Water, Icy Wind to get some more speed control, as well as like I if they don't bring that Typhlosion Hisuian, I believe they'll bring Mega Houndoom because it gets Snarl, it gets Heat Wave, all of which will help against multiple opponents. I think they'll also bring the Rhyperior because it's also got Lightning Rods, so it can work against the Thunderous. So if I had to put together a team, I would definitely go Koraidon, Raging Bolt, Whimsicott, Blastoise, Mega Houndoom, and Rhyperior. Now, the reason I would do that is obviously Blastoise, you get Icy Wind, so it helps slow everything down. Works against Sinistcha, works against Thunderous, works against Marowak, along with Vivian, and he's got a very ice weakness, so that will be very, very helpful against critical hit and run. It because of Muddy Water, it also makes it very powerful against Marowak, Bastiodon, Mega Aerodactyl, Incineroar. So Blastoise is just going to be really good in this game, which is why I believe critical hit and run will bring Thunderous. Therefore, Hotel California should bring that Rhyperior. I'm going to check, see if... So the match, they had it scheduled for 8 p.m. EST, which is in about 10 minutes. So I'm just keeping an eye out for when they start their match. Because we do have members from all over the world in this match, so I'm hoping for a great second match of the season. So as of for right now, we'll go back and we'll just take a look at pull up the previous game. So this right here, this is game 1. I'll watch from shots fired. So shots brought his restricted Palkia, plus Shaman Sky, Hisuian Quillfish for Eviolite, as well as he had brought it for Intimidate and Haze, but he didn't actually use it until the third match after he found out what that muck was for. So let me pull up match 2, because if we go to match 2 and we go very far in, Air Slash right off the bat gave Muck Moody because of Power of Alchemy, and it started to just absolutely set up. So we can see here, everything goes by. A big crit on the Palkia to take it down with E-Speed. But this Muck here was just setting up with Minimize, and unfortunately, it had enough PP to just stall out. And let's see how many. I'm going to skip to the end and then go back a few turns. So over 80 turns it took for them to PP stall. And Kabalion died to Dig after running out of Protect power points. So game 1 was an absolute sweep by shots. Just took everything out like normal. No deaths. So it was very good. And then if we look at game 3 was a pivotal moment because this is where we saw Shots bring in the Quillfish. So the Raptor died off on the first turn. And then the big paralysis here on the Chien-Pao when Palkia goes down. The Lopunny comes in for the free fake out, taking Chien-Pao low. And then this is where Lopunny goes down to Sucker Punch. But so does Muck, and Javi's chances of winning out the door. So we're just waiting now for the match to start. In the meantime, let's look at the schedule for upcoming matches. So obviously we had Earth, Wind, and Fire versus All American Rejects earlier. We got the Soggy Men versus Honkai Star Railed Pink Girl. Today's sponsor versus the Prismatic Sisters. Drunk Luck versus Glizzy Gobblers. The match we are about to see, Critical Hit and Run versus Hotel California. The Island of Misfit Toys versus Guns, Tea, and Bad Decisions. And last but not least, Trap Nation versus Where's the Fly Gone. Now, officially, the season doesn't start till Monday, but some teams wanted to get their battles out the way and have a week off. So, nothing in the Discord yet. Hopefully, we're not waiting too long for them to get their teams together. In the meantime, we're going to do a random battle. Poltergeist is pretty annoying. Bro's just hitting a crit on everything. That was a lucky miss. Jeez, is everything he has faster than me? Nothing yet. He's faster. If his Fire Blast hits. Of course it does. There we go. Get that threat out the way. Oops, sweet, and the match has started. Alright, we're just gonna forfeit. Anyways, we got Pokemon Cell. Oh, no Incineroar. And they did bring the Houndoom instead of the Typhlosion. But they brought the Crobat instead of the Rhyperior. And they brought Alcremie and Aerodactyl instead of the Incineroar and Marowak. There's the Tailwind that I figured would get set up. Terra Starstorm into Raging Bolt and Trick Room to negate the Whimsicott's Tailwind. That is so initially Keckers had speed control, but now Piplup has it. And that Raging Bolt should die to a Terra Starstorm. Maybe. If this Terrapagos terrestrializes, Thunderclap breaks the Terra Shell. Whimsicott used Fake Tears to reduce special defense. I think they thought it would. Ooh, Shadow Ball eject button. Into, and then Raging Bolt died to Terra Starstorm. So that is 1 death for Raging Bolt, 1 kill for Terrapagos. Ooh, and then Fake Out and a Heat Crash. Oh, that is a very bulky Sinistra. Protect from Koraidon coming in. Blastoise taking massive hits, but healing from Citrus Berry, and Muddy Water comes out. Alright, this Blastoise may be one of the fastest things on the field now. Oh, wait, no, because Trick Room. So they were going for Tailwind, so it wouldn't be fast. Ooh, both Koraidon and Blastoise managed to survive, and Trick Room has run out, so Koraidon and Blastoise will get a kill. As long as Muddy Water does not miss. And there's a very likely chance that the Terrapagos, it's either heavy duty boots or maybe specs. Yep, that said, now the Muddy Water. Oh! The Terrapagos. Oof. 2 more kills, and Koraidon and Blastoise go down. Not before Koraidon picks up a kill on that Sinistra. I did not see that the Terrapagos was actually the second fastest thing. And that is another kill for Terrapagos and a death for Whimsicott. Alright, we'll move on to game 2. So I expected Keckers to have this in the bag, but Piplup turning it around. Alright, we got a new start here. Alcremie instead of Terrapagos, and Houndoom instead of Whimsicott. So looking at Heatwave coming in here. Ooh, Crate almost killed the Sinistra. If it did not Terra, it would have died. Whimsicott is now on court into Sunny Day, so they're more than likely going to switch out here. but this is going to be a very powerful heat wave coming in from Houndoom that if it hits Sinistra, it will die. It also has a chance to kill this Alcremie. Just waiting to see what comes up. Ooh, Trap Ghost comes in. That Terror Shell is going to break. Decorate onto the Terrapagos, and that is a kill for Houndoom and a death for Alcremie. But that Terrapagos now has 2x special attack. However, I think the Sinistra's running Key Proof, not Hospitality. Otherwise, that would have healed the Terrapagos. So it seems like this Raging Bolt might be going for a Thunderclap to kill the Terrapagos. Otherwise, this Terrapagos is going to sweep. Oh, Sucker Punch coming in. Dazzling Gleam instead of Terra Starstorm. But Thunderclap didn't work because of Rage Powder. So Houndoom goes down, and Snarl coming in from Raging Bolt. However, it is not enough, and Raging Bolt goes down. And Trap Ghost picks up another kill. And now with one last turn of Trick Room. Ooh. Strength Sap healing Sinistra, taking Whimsicott out. Collision Course on the Sinistra. And Trap Ghost gets a clean 8-mon sweep. Critical Hit and Run, picking up the 2-0 with an 8 kills in 0 deaths. Meaning that this Trap Ghost is now the kill leader of the draft. On Kecker's side, we got Koraidon, who picked up 1 kill and 1 death. Whimsicott, who had 2 deaths. Houndoom. Oh, actually, the Koraidon. Sorry. Need to add his second death in here. Koraidon, correction, is 1 kill, 2 deaths. Whimsicott is no kill, 2 deaths. Houndoom is 1 kill, 1 death. Raging Bolt, no kills with 2 deaths. Crobat wasn't brought. And Blastoise had no kills with 1 death. And the other stats for Critical Hit and Run, Alcremie and Sinistra both had 1 death with no kills. So that wraps up the matches for today. We will see y'all later next week with some more matches. Thank you for tuning in. See ya.